Hi, kids. How is everyone today? For those of you who have a day off, I'm not going to talk about Indigenous Peoples Day. So when I was getting ready to go to the gym this morning, I was sitting on the couch having my coffee, and I went back and looked at one of my videos that I didn't really remember. Just looking at the screenshot, I didn't remember what the video was, and I sat and watched the whole thing. It's the second time that I've watched a video, and it's helped me to get motivated, because even though I love going to the gym and I love to feel good, sometimes it's just hard to get it going in the morning. And I know, like, most of you can relate to that. I'm not a morning person. I never have been. And when I'm able, I like to relax, take my time, have my coffee, do what I need to do, start my day. I'm not a jump up and run out the door kind of person. But I was totally chilling, having my coffee, and then I watched one of my videos, and I made it to just about the end, turned it off. I was like, okay, that was it. I got up, got dressed, got it together, and went and did my gym thing. Excuse me. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys, the reason that, excuse me, I do that all the time is because I have a polyp on my vocal cord of some sort, and I have yet to get to an ENT. So I apologize. I always try to excuse myself. Watching my videos, it's so friggin' annoying. So I'm sorry. And I am going to get it taken care of, but I slack with things like that. Anyway, and when I was in the tanning booth today, I was thinking to myself, like, I always think about you guys when I'm at the gym. I'm on the treadmill, not when I'm working out, but when I'm on the treadmill and when I'm tanning, because I'm more just kind of like zen. And I always think about you guys and comments that you leave me and conversations that I have in private messages with people in between my videos and things like that. And I was standing in the tanning booth today, and I was thinking about friends that I have that are beginning their weight loss journeys. And I am so super psyched for you. You know who you are. It's not an easy journey. A lot of people think that weight loss surgery is an easy way out. Huh. It is so not. I mean, if you just think about what you have to undergo surgically, and then the recovery, and then you are absolutely forced to make lifestyle changes. And there are lots of different reasons. And I had mentioned before, like, people who are pre-diabetic, almost always the day after surgery, they are no longer pre-diabetic or no longer diabetic, don't need those meds. Like, it just shifts things. And even the doctors who perform these types of surgeries really aren't quite positive as to why that happens. But okay, let me get rid of my diabetes. Like, it's amazing, because there are people who, take their meds and alter their diet and alter their lifestyle, and still just, they're diabetic. There's nothing they can do about it. But for folks that are candidates for weight loss surgery, that's one of the other amazing side effects of weight loss surgery. Anyway, I look at my notes, because when I think of something I want to talk about, I write it down for you guys. Excuse me. Let's see. The video that I watched this morning, I was talking about how I feel more, and I said in that video, not that you can tell by watching my videos, because there's so much that I want to talk about in each video, and I'm sorry, but I really am more focused, I promise you. When I'm working on a specific task, I'm more focused. I mentioned that I'll make a list. This is some stuff that I need to get done tomorrow, and things that I don't get to are okay to wait for the next day. And I've really been sticking with that, because there was a time where I'd make myself a note and I even know where the friggin' note went. Never mind accomplish the tasks on the note. So that's another thing. Oh, I don't remember if I told you guys or not. I did a cartwheel. It ended up being a round off, but I did it. I think I might have mentioned it. I don't know. But anyway, last time I did a cartwheel a few years back, totally capable, but my wrists I felt like I broke both my wrists, because they're not used to handling all the weight that my poor feet, ankles, and knees were. So I did a round off, and it was disorienting, but the stretch of the spine felt good. And my wrists didn't hurt. So I'm looking forward to handstands and headstands and such with yoga. So that's another thing I'm going to start incorporating more into my regimen. Right now is just stretching and working out, and that's okay for now. But just feeling mentally stronger. And I know I've talked about it before, and I apologize. But for those of you who haven't seen the other videos, the endorphins, it's like it stays with you. You walk out of the gym and you feel like you can do anything. And it's not so much a body feeling as it is a mental feeling. And when you feel like you may or may not be able to accomplish great feats physically, but even if you're not there yet, in your mind, you just feel so much stronger. And I feel like that adds to the determination and adds to your desire to keep moving and putting one foot in front of the other and going to the gym or taking walks or whatever it is that you do, when it makes you feel so strong. Like I had mentioned, and again, this is the video that I watched this morning. If I was in a life or death situation and had to like run for my life, I would have been screwed. Now, not only will I run for my life, I would stand and fight before, but I feel so much more confident physically, mentally, emotionally. My biggest thing was always, if someday shit hits the fan, I need to be able to protect my children. That's just how I feel. And part of my depression was knowing that if something happened, I was physically unable to protect myself, physically unable to protect my children. And I already don't feel that way anymore. I don't believe that for a minute. I would die fighting, of course, because, that's how I roll. But that's not even a concern to me anymore, because I don't think endorphins lie. I think they just tell you all the positive stuff that you need to hear. What else? Oh, another thing about my videos is it started out as, people who are looking into weight loss surgery, or who have recently had weight loss surgery, even not recently. But I've learned through talking with people who watch my videos that it's not just for weight loss people. It's for anyone who has a day where they feel like they just can't do it. For people who have those days and you feel like, I'm a failure, I'm a piece of shit, I should have done blah, 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 blah yesterday, or I had such a long day and all these things I didn't get done today, and the lies that depression tells us and things of that nature. These videos are really for anyone who has days like that. And I know most of us do have days like that. Some of us a hell of a lot more than others. And I don't know, I just feel grateful that you guys dig my videos and that you feel some type of inspiration from it, or it gives you an idea, or makes you think to yourself, well, if this bitch can do it, I certainly can do it, because that's what the truth of it is. And I've never put this out there before, but when I had surgery, the day of surgery, I can't even remember. I want to say I was 270. I don't know. I was up there. And even like people who I did see out and about here and there, I mean, I carried it well. There was no getting around. I was big. There was no getting around it, but I carried it well. So when people hear that I've lost 83 pounds as of this morning, they're surprised. It doesn't feel like 80 pounds. But what's amazing to me is when I put my apron on, and instead of tying it in the back, I pull the strings around to the front. Well, when I first could tie my strings in the front, it was right at the very end, and all I could do was like a double knot. Now I'm like tying a bow and have all this room. And it's those little things like that. Yesterday I went into the room and I said, James, look at my apron strings. And I pulled it out and I said, can you believe it was that far? Like, was I really? And he's like, yeah, baby, you were. And I'm like, no. And the proof was right there in the apron strings. They don't stretch at all. So it was just another small victory. that's something else I wanted to mention. And I've posted things about this before. If you're on your healthy fitness, whatever journey, I think it's really important to celebrate milestones, steps. You know, like if you set this goal, let's say I have a goal that is 6 months, a year out. Okay, fantastic. Every day you make a step forward toward that goal. However, if you, and this is anything in life, any goals that you set for yourself, if along the way you have small victories, it's like the whole journey is one long victory lap. Like, who doesn't want that? My apron strings, I was like, wow, it made me feel great. And it wasn't even something that I had put a focus on or really thought too much about. But as the days and weeks have gone on, I've been noticing when I tie my apron, I've got more room to make that bow. It's not just those two little knots at the end. The strings barely meeting each other. I've got the room. It's those small victories. So if, say, you say, okay, I'm going to go to the gym 3 times this week, even if all you do is walk the treadmill, or I'm going to go for a walk 3 days this week, and you make it your 3 days, you deserve to pat yourself on the back. You deserve to celebrate that small victory if that's something that you don't typically do. And then you say, okay, I'm going to do this, every other day for a month. Each week that goes by, each day that goes by, excuse me, that you accomplish that goal, celebrate it, tweet it, post it, tell your friends, hey, I did my walk today. I feel great. I'm proud of myself that I did my walk. And let me tell you, your people will be proud of you too. They're going to give you kudos. They're going to give you a thumbs up, because if they don't, they're not your people. We've already talked about this. So celebrating small victories along the way to your end goal, your ultimate goals, makes the whole journey a victory lap. And I feel like that is so much better and so much more positively reinforcing your actions, more than, oh my God, it's been 3 weeks. And, oh yeah, you want to be like, it's been 3 weeks and I've done XYZ. You want to feel good about it. You want to encourage yourself to keep moving forward. Excuse me. What else? I'm looking at my notes. Why I had surgery. I talked about this in, I think, my very first video, but for people who haven't seen my very first videos, I had weight loss surgery because I was at a place where I was out of options. I've got titanium in my back. I suffered chronic back pain for 20 years, and it severely limited my ability to exercise. I couldn't stand for 10 minutes to walk dishes. I could barely walk the grocery store. And I would stretch. I would stretch a lot to try to stay flexible and try to give some relief to my back, but that was it. Eating, I wouldn't say that I really have ever had any type of like food addictions or anything like that. And I know lots of people do, and that's a huge issue for a lot of folks who are looking at weight loss surgery. I don't get me wrong. I'd have 2 helpings of whatever deliciousness was before me. And, I think maybe, I don't know if it was being married and being comfortable. I've been married 15 years, and it took me 5 to 6 years to 7 years to really start putting the weight on. So I don't know if that was it. I sat down at my job. I worked for myself. I had the shop. Sitting down at my job next to a pizza place, I had the best cheesy bread and chicken parm dinners ever. So bad. And I just, between the poor mobility and the poor eating habits, it just became this thing that I just could not get a hold of. One of the surgeons that I spoke to said that I believe it was 3% of people who were in my situation, 3% of those people who would diet fail. They might take a little bit of weight off, but they will never get 83 pounds down and keep it off. It just statistically doesn't happen. So, excuse me, I made the decision that, I was 40 whatever, and I'm like, I can't live the rest of my life being in pain, and being in pain all the time, and depression and anger and all of these negative things. And I've made my living, it's crazy, made my living counseling people, explaining to people about positivity and how it's difficult to let go of negativity, but how you need to get positivity into your life and surround yourself with people who are successful in whatever they choose and have that positivity and will lift you up. Excuse me. And none of it was bullshit. It was all true. It was just, like I said, I had the depression thing and was really busy with my family and with having my own business. And it was just a lot. And it's not excuses, it's reasons. And that's how I got to the point where I said, you know what, let me do this surgery. And I just want to remind everybody that it is not an easy way out. As I said in the beginning of the video, it is a tool. There is nothing easy about changing your life. Now, when you change your lifestyle, most people don't go into the pantry and just toss out everything they have that's processed, or toss out everything they have that's got more than 5 grams of fat. It's usually a gradual thing. You'll begin cutting out carbs, or you'll cut sugar, or you'll cut cheese or bread. When you have weight loss surgery, and this is why pre-op diets are very important, you have to kind of get yourself ready, because after you have that surgery, there are things that you are not ever going to eat again. And your palate changes as well. But it is definitely a tool, and it forces you to eat less. It forces you to change your habits. It forces you to change your life. And trust and believe, there is, and I also talked in another video when I discussed depression, there is no way I ever would have been a gym girl had it not been for having weight loss surgery. I joined the gym a few years back. I think I went a few times a week for a few weeks. And that was that. And having the surgery, seeing the weight start to come off right away is a motivator. And then when you get to the gym and you're feeling awesome endorphin-wise and accomplishment-wise, it just all compiles and you're into it. And I think I've gone over all my notes, but I just wanted to say that maybe these videos they can be for everyone. It's not just about weight loss surgery patients. It's not just for people who don't exercise, because I've had a couple of folks who are fitness folks. Like, that is their lifestyle, the way they work out, the way they eat, the way they live their life. And they tell me that my videos are good for everyone. Like, you might not relate specifically to my situation with surgery or with losing such a large amount of weight, but there might be something in here that you do relate to, whether it's feeling like a slug one day and needing to get out of your own way, or being in pain for whatever reason and taking steps to kind of remedy that and help yourself feel better. I don't know. You guys watch the videos more than I do. I don't know. But I just wanted to hop on real quick and say hi. And I don't even know how to classify this video. I don't even think it's going to go on YouTube. So I'm Angela Awesome on YouTube. And if you guys want to go and check out my other videos on my page, if you go like a couple days back, there's a link. I did like the actual YouTube thing so that you can go and click on the first YouTube video and it'll get you to where you need to be. So I have to go now and do a ton of stuff today. But I hope everyone that has the day off enjoys it. Remember our indigenous people. I said I wasn't going to say anything, but yeah, Christopher Columbus might have sailed a boat, but our indigenous people, just remember our indigenous people. Even if you're super white, remember the indigenous people. And yeah, I can't talk about it. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye.